Have you ever felt like the world is moving faster than you can keep up? Like everyone else is sprinting forward while you're standing still? Maybe it's technology, maybe it's work, maybe it's relationships. But that fear of being left behind is real. And the truth is, we can't stop the world from changing. What we can do is change how we move with it. Think about this. Every single day, the world is shifting. A new app is released. A new company is born. A new idea spreads like wildfire. A new problem arises that forces us to think differently. And if we're not careful, we blink, and suddenly we feel outdated. The phone in our hand feels old. The skills we thought were valuable feel irrelevant, and the opportunities we once had are gone. So the real question isn't, will the world leave us behind? The real question is, what can we do so that we keep moving forward? And that's what I want to share with you today. 3 ways to make sure you're not just keeping up, but actually moving ahead. The first way is to stay curious, not comfortable. Too many people get stuck because they believe what they know now will always be enough. But curiosity is what keeps you open to growth. Curiosity makes you ask questions, try new tools, talk to new people, and keep learning. Comfort says, I already know enough. Curiosity says, what else can I discover? Think about children. Children are naturally curious. They touch everything. They ask why 100 times a day. They explore. That curiosity is what makes them learn so fast. But somewhere along the way, as adults, many of us lose that spark. We stop asking questions because we're afraid of looking dumb. We stop experimenting because we're afraid to fail. We get stuck in routines because they feel safe. But comfort zones are actually danger zones, because while we sit comfortably, the world keeps moving. Look at the biggest changes we've seen in just the last decade: smartphones, social media, streaming, artificial intelligence, remote work. The people who stayed curious about them are now thriving, while the ones who ignored them feel lost. Think about the taxi driver who laughed at apps like Uber, or the shop owner who refused to sell online, or the professional who said, I'll never need to learn technology. Many of them got left behind, not because they weren't smart, but because they weren't curious. If you don't want to be left behind, replace judgment with curiosity. Instead of saying, that's not for me, ask, what can I learn from this? Instead of resisting new ideas, lean into them. You don't have to master everything, but being curious keeps you aware, keeps you informed, and keeps you growing. The second way is to stay adaptable, not rigid. Life doesn't move in straight lines, it zigs and zags. The people who survive and thrive are not always the strongest, but the most flexible. Imagine a tree in a storm. A rigid tree snaps, but a flexible one bends and survives. That's adaptability. It means learning to pivot when things don't go as planned. It means letting go of old methods when they no longer work. It means being willing to unlearn and relearn. Think about the pandemic. Businesses that adapted to online systems survived, while many that refused to change had to close. Teachers who learned to teach online kept their students engaged, while others struggled. Families who adapted to new routines found a rhythm, while others broke down. Adaptability doesn't mean you have to like every change. It means you're willing to adjust, even when it's uncomfortable. One of the greatest skills you can develop in this age is the ability to let go of outdated thinking. Sometimes we cling to old ways because they feel safe, even when they no longer serve us. But clinging to the past is the fastest way to get stuck. Adaptability asks you to shift your mindset. Don't ask, why is this happening to me? Ask, how can I use this to grow? Don't ask, why can't things stay the same? Ask, what new opportunities are hidden in this change? If you see change as an enemy, you'll always resist it. But if you see change as a teacher, you'll always learn from it. And here's the truth. The world doesn't slow down for anyone. If we don't adapt, we don't just stand still, we fall behind. But if we do adapt, we don't just survive, we thrive. So practice adaptability in small things. Try a new routine, learn a new skill, explore a new perspective. That flexibility builds mental muscle that prepares you for the bigger shifts in life. The third way is to stay connected, not isolated. No one succeeds alone. If you're surrounded by the right people, you're less likely to fall behind because the group lifts you up. But if you try to do everything in isolation, you miss out on fresh ideas, support, and momentum. The people around you can either drag you back or pull you forward. So be intentional about your circle. Connect with people who inspire you, challenge you, and push you to grow. In a world where information moves at lightning speed, staying connected keeps you updated, motivated, and ahead of the curve. This doesn't just mean networking for business. It means building real relationships that sharpen you. Think of your closest 5 friends. Are they pushing you forward or holding you back? Do they challenge you to grow, or do they keep you stuck in the same place? Because whether we like it or not, we become like the people we surround ourselves with. If you want to be future-ready, surround yourself with future-minded people. If you want to be strong, surround yourself with strong people. If you want to grow, surround yourself with people who refuse to settle. Connection also means learning from others. You don't have to make every mistake yourself. Learn from someone else's. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Learn from someone who's already done it. The world is full of people who are willing to share their wisdom if you're humble enough to ask and listen. And in turn, you can lift others up, because staying connected is not just about receiving, but also about giving. So how do you make sure you're not left behind? Stay curious, stay adaptable, stay connected. Curiosity keeps you learning, adaptability keeps you moving, and connection keeps you supported. The world will keep changing faster and faster, but you don't have to be left behind. In fact, you can be one of the people setting the pace. Don't let fear hold you back. Fear says, "What if I fail?" Curiosity says, "What if I grow?" Fear says, "What if this doesn't work?" Adaptability says, "Then I'll find another way." Fear says, "I'm all alone." Connection says, "We'll do this together." If you let fear drive you, you'll freeze. But if you let curiosity, adaptability, and connection drive you, you'll move forward with courage. Here's the final thought I want to leave with you. The world doesn't wait. Time doesn't pause. But you don't have to be left behind. Every day is a chance to learn, to grow, to connect, and to move forward. If you choose to stay curious, adaptable, and connected, you won't just survive the changes, you'll thrive in them. You won't just keep up, you'll lead. And when you look back years from now, you won't say, "I wish I had kept up." You'll say, "I'm glad I never stopped moving forward." So don't be afraid of the pace of the world. Don't be afraid of change. Don't be afraid of being left behind. Be more afraid of standing still. The best way to not be left behind is to keep stepping forward, one step at a time, with courage, curiosity, adaptability, and connection. That's how you stay in the game, that's how you grow, and that's how you win. If this message resonated with you, then welcome. You've just stepped into the Echt Plum journey, where curiosity, creativity, and connection fuel everything we do. The world is moving fast, but together we can learn to set our own rhythm, find our own pace, and even shape the future instead of chasing it. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and stay with us as we explore more ideas that challenge, inspire, and push us to grow. And don't just watch, join in. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Tell us how you are making sure you're not left behind, and share your own story with the community. Because here at Echt Plum, we believe growth is better when it's shared. Every insight, every struggle, every small victory matters, and you never know who might need to hear what you've gone through. So here's my invitation. Don't just let this video end, take the next step. Share this with a friend who needs encouragement. Come back for more conversations like this, and keep walking with us on this path of discovery. Remember, at Echt Plum, we don't just follow trends, we create new rhythms. Share your moments with us. Yes, even your deepest, darkest secrets. Go echtplum.com.